Hey everyone, Eric here with another video with Chicago Bears Daily. Today I'm going to be talking about Ryan Poles' press conference. I unfortunately didn't get a chance to see it, but I was reading up on it a little bit, and he seems like he is a GM, and we've said this before, but he seems like he's a GM that hopefully comes in and can bring some change to this Bears team and this Bears organization. With our owners, we all know and love the McCaskies. I'm really hoping that this time, potentially, they could have maybe gotten it right. I know one of the first moves that Poles did in trading Khalil Mack, it was not a fan favorite decision, but you kind of have to think of it as he's on the older side. His contract is huge, so moving him, everybody knows that it's freeing up space for this year and majorly next year. And he's also been injury prone. He played probably around half the games last year, and when he was in, he wasn't as effective as he'd been in the past. So it's unfortunate. You hate to see a guy like that go. You really do, because of what he can brings in the locker room and what his mentality is. He can teach the younger guys. He's still Khalil Mack, so he's obviously still getting double teamed. But for Poles to make a move like that coming in, that's balls on that guy, and that's kind of the GM that I think can come in and make a change. Now, obviously, he needs to make the right moves. He needs to be doing the right things, but it's a start, and it's something that is exciting. So, as we go into this draft, Poles reiterated multiple times that he's not afraid to move down in the draft for more draft capital, or he's not afraid to move up in the draft if there's someone there that he really likes. And to this point, I'm on the boat where we can trust him until we're proven otherwise. And not having a first round pick, it's kind of tough. It puts him in a tough position. And not signing anybody in the offseason, anybody major in the offseason, it's a lot of people didn't like that we didn't go out and pick up that Tyreek Hill $500 million, not actually, but multi-million-dollar contract. It's, to me, I mean, Tyreek Hill, that would have been awesome. It actually would have been really cool to see, but Poles seems to be a guy that iterates on building a team from the ground up. And if he sticks to his word on that, if he drafts offensive linemen, if he drafts receivers, if he drafts defensive guys, corners, secondary that we need, those positions, those are the backbones of a team. Especially everybody knows it starts in the trenches. So Poles, being a lineman himself, now who's to say he's the guy to evaluate offensive line talent? He didn't make it in the league as an offensive lineman, but I think he's able to kind of distinguish what makes a good offensive lineman more than your average GM, hopefully scout. So it excites me. It excites me to see this draft come up and all these names swirling around. I don't think we're going to get that Fields receiver. I don't think we're going to get those Ohio State's receiver that Fields likes. We don't have those that high of a position. I believe they're going to go high in the draft. But I'm hoping that we see some sneaky gems. And Poles had a good quote. He said something along the lines that he prefers to have his players homegrown and rather than go out and buy them. And that kind of struck home with me. It's one of those mindsets where you're going to draft a player and you're going to, first of all, you have to really, really believe in who you draft. And it obviously would make no sense if you don't believe in who you draft, but to put that into practice and to get someone that we believe in and we can think we have potential. Obviously, not every draft pick is going to work out, but if we're able to get some guys like that and create a young team, I and and then have that huge opening in the salary cap in the 2023 season next year. I think that's going to be something awesome. I'd like to see where this team is going. We're not going to make much noise this year. It's the sad reality. We're kind of wasting the easiest schedule that we've had in a long time, but who knows? We'll see. Poles said we're not in rebuild mode, so it's hard to see otherwise. It's hard to believe that, but we'll never know until we see it. So let's hope for the best. Right now, I stand behind Poles. He hasn't given me a reason otherwise. Let me know in the comments what you think. Poles' philosophy, draft philosophy, offseason philosophy has been, player philosophy. Let me know what you think about Poles in general, and we'll kind of I'd like to discuss about Poles in the future when he gets more of a track record. We'll see how he does, but let me know what you think in the comments, and we will revisit this, and I'm sure in a later future video. Thanks.